Hi, this is Kaylee, and on this video podcast, I wanted to describe what is a savings clause. On a few occasions, each session of the California legislature, you might run across a bill that contains a so-called saving clause, which is sometimes referred to as grandfathering. Now, while some states refer to it as a savings clause, the plural, the generally accepted term is actually the singular saving clause. And so these saving clauses are a type of transitional provisions that are sometimes contained in legislation, and they're generally used to retain an existing right or authority that would otherwise be affected by the new statute that is going into effect. In essence, the saving provision preserves the right or the authority despite the new law's amendment or even repeal of a former law. The term grandfathering is defined by California's Office of Legislative Counsel as a legal exemption whereby a situation is governed by an old law while a new law applies to all future similar situations. Now, note the saving clause is distinguished from the severability clause. A severability clause is basically a statement by the legislature that if a part of a law that is enacted is subsequently held to be unconstitutional, then the unconstitutional provision or provisions don't get invalidated along with the rest of the law. They remain in effect and on the books. Now, a severability clause is also a type of saving clause in that it saves parts of a law if other parts of the law are invalidated by the courts. And some states have a general severability clause that's applicable across all of its statutes. But returning to a saving clause, they are intended to preserve again certain rights or duties or privileges that would otherwise likely be eliminated by a general enactment containing an amendment to or repeal of an existing law. Also, the saving clause is usually used to restrict repeal bills by continuing repealed acts in force and applying to those existing powers, rights, penalties, or even in instances of pending proceedings. So again, note the distinction between a saving singular clause and a severability clause.